postponed because Judge Davis had just received a report from the criminologist that he appointed to look at harm to society. And so in order for the state to be able to assess the information, we postponed for 6 weeks, and the next hearing is on the 13th of December. But yeah, things are looking very, very positive for some kind of change.
Well, that leads to my next question. How are your feelings about the postponement?
We don't mind the postponement because we are happy about whatever due process might be, which means we all have to go and read that document. So let us do that and let us bring that in. And another thing is that a postponement helps us, if we want to, bring more evidence about the plants. And that seems to be what's going to happen now that the amicus curiae, the friends of the judge, the court, the helpers of the court, and the criminologist get our expert witnesses' affidavits as well. And so our affidavits and the amicus and the criminologist are all in consensus about the future.
And has there been any commitment from the court that the case won't be postponed again?
There may be other stuff come up, but I know that Judge Davis is looking forward to giving this judgment. He is the leading thinker in law in South Africa, and so we don't want to delay this more than a year, more than until the end of this year, but obviously they will write their judgment over the recess, the New Year recess. So we can expect judgment next year.
And are there any other cases that are part of this case alongside you?
We've got a whole bunch of plaintiffs. Many of the people in the court were also plaintiffs today. Everyone who got arrested and who applied for a stay of prosecution was obliged by the order granted to summons the state to justify the law. And so we use standard form documents for each person, and we have we've obtained about 25 stays around the country, of which 17 or 18 of them are also with us as plaintiffs in the summons action.
We often speak about legalization, and as it stands now, it's not really defined. We've all got our own perceptions of what the outcomes should be. How do you see legalization in 5 years from now? Once it's all said and done, what's your ideal scenario?
Okay, legalization can go horribly wrong. Okay. If this resource is not brought to be to the benefit of the ordinary person, that everyone must be allowed to participate equitably in the new cannabis economy. That relates to land access as well. It rubs off on other political issues as well. Okay? The way I see it is the prohibition has been to the benefit of corporations, the pharmaceutical corporations, fossil carbon, biotechnology corporations, liquor, forestry, all of those corporations that benefit from the absence of cannabis as a resource. Now, maybe the future of a cannabis economy rests in a people's economy. If everyone's going to be producers, it must be by the people. So if we had to incorporate local groups, in other words, a neighborhood or a bioregion incorporates as a cooperative and works together in implementing planting times, seed selection, managing their cannabis tourism, processing and value adding collectively as co-investors. We can't just be free for all individuals with the state trying to tax us for our weed. We should rather all as communities form a cooperative, let the state deal with the cooperative, and yet within the cooperative we retain our privacy and our right to dividends from everything that we do. So the cooperative is a new structure in society that comes about around the plant, which unites people around the plant and provides that structure where taxation and tickets on big consignments can all be managed without it impinging on the ordinary person who doesn't quite have the capabilities to manage all of that. So
Where do you see yourself as an individual post-legalization?
post-legalization.
When it's all done and dusted and the headlines are all done, where do you see Jamie Acton?
You know, I'm walking a pathway on this which has been kind of forced upon me, and some of the aspects of thinking about the future which is necessary. We're modeling a new design. It's not random chance or vested interest that are going to change this. It's a new design. In the process, I somehow would like to be able to move forward in the decision-making process. Like, for example, who gets to make the law? Who listens to who in the making of the law? How does the Dagga culture state its case to parliamentary committees? How do we force the legislature, which has presided over prohibition for 100 years, to actually create the right laws for the people and not just give it over to the corporations that control it? So I don't want to see our indigenous land races now suddenly end up in the hands of biotech companies like Monsanto, so that they can just make it genetically modified it and then damage us by giving us that and contaminating this plant. Remember, this plant is wind pollinated, so you can't do GMOs with the cannabis. It will absolutely contaminate everything that there is. So that's stuff that's got to be put in place to prevent. And so I'm actually going to be calling on the Dagga culture to now start acting politically. And the Dagga Party, which has been kind of off to one side for this case, we've got to take this into the political and be the political force, if not the majority, but at least enough to make a difference in Parliament and in province.
I feel you. Any words for the online followers and the people who are in the court today?
I asked them just for their patience at the moment until we get our order granted. Have no fear, and I think tomorrow is the 1st of September, so you might as well start planting.
Cool.
Hey, start planting!
Nailed it. Thanks,
Yes, let's overgrow them.